What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Peter Parkour.
And I'm the real Jussy, and we are
the Distorted Theorists. Indiana Jones!
You are out of your seat here this evening.
I'm jonesing for some Indiana
We've
Jones.
talked about these puns, Peter. We want to gain subscribers, not lose them, which brings me to my next point. Before we get into the trailer reaction for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, as always, if you enjoy the content and you enjoy two goofballs apparently making fun of one another, if you could hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, we do appreciate it. Peter, what has you hyped for this movie?
Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford. Like, that's what it is. Indiana Jones.
Full stop.
And Han Solo are two of my favorite characters of Harrison Ford, because every other character that he's mostly done in every other movie is a generic Harrison Ford character, unless he's going, "Give me back my family," in like 4 other videos.
He's in Fast and Furious? No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's about family. See? It's always about degrees of separation.
What are we wanting to see from this trailer? Are we going to see what this dial is?
I want to see a lack of story information. I still want to go into this in the theater
totally blind.
Yeah, like I want a little bit. Why did you do the scene?
I don't know. It was what came to mind. I guess I just want. We did a trailer reaction for this already, the last trailer, the teaser, and people were saying, because we commented, what is this dial? Now, a lot of our viewers said that this was about time, whether it be travel, reversal, whatever.
And we saw some age reversal in the first trailer.
So you think that's going to hold true? You think people are, maybe it's already leaked and I just haven't seen it, but like...
From I haven't seen this entire trailer. I've seen bits and pieces of it, because, you know, TikTok is a horrible addiction.
And I told you to stop it.
Well, but it's just... This is why you seek help for your social media.
But you did tell me you haven't seen it in its entirety. Which
no, even with sound, I don't think. I've only seen bits and pieces. So I have seen. Well, actually, I'm not going to tell you, because I think the easiest way to do it is actually get into it.
You want to watch the trailer?
I think we should.
All right, let's get into the trailer reaction for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny right now. Let's get it.
Old man, sleep in a chair.
Oh, dang.
Another case of the world is growing up around you.
Indeed. Oh yeah, so he's not de-aged in this
one. Well, in that case, what are we drinking?
Same for the goddaughter.
Dad told me you found something on a train during the war. A dial.
So that was a young Mads Mikkelsen.
Why are you
chasing
the thing that drove your father crazy?
Don't move. We need to get out of here.
Always with a trick up your sleeve.
Sorry.
That was Jones. See, that looks great.
You can tell they're putting a lot of budget into his de-aging. But is this flashbacks, or is this new stuff happening?
Hitler made mistakes.
There's only like 2 months away.
I will correct them all.
Oh.
You stole it. Then you stole it.
And then I stole it. It's called capitalism.
See?
This way!
Music! Music!
Fasten your seatbelt. There might be some turbulence.
Ooh.
You've taken your chances.
Oh, a tomb?
Made your mistakes.
Oh, there's the traps.
And now a final triumph.
Indy! Give him hell, Indiana Jones! A few times in my life, I've seen things. I've been tortured with voodoo. Been shot 9 times.
What are you, 50 Cent?
Once by your father. Sorry.
Oh, he learned it.
That's who the dad is.
And I've been looking for this.
That looks so good.
My life.
What was that?
That was my little Indiana Jones dance.
I'm going on an adventure. Now, one thing that I'm not totally sure of, and I haven't seen anything that's coming, is this directed by Steven Spielberg?
Oh yeah, I didn't see any of that.
So, because Steven Spielberg
You just haven't looked into it or seen it?
No, and I just thought of that. I was like, I don't know if old Stevie is behind the helm of it. He's definitely at least got to be a producer somewhere.
Did you see where he tipped the boulder instead of letting it roll onto him in the trap?
No.
He actually has learned from his mistakes.
I guess. Okay. Yeah.
So I did catch that in the trailer. He's still holding on to the old whip, eh?
Well,
even though, like, yeah, I guess.
His stick. It's the fedora, and it's the. Yeah.
The one thing I do like about this movie and the trailer so far, something that I feel is a trope lately in a lot of these adventure and action movies, is there doesn't seem to be a love interest story going on as a side piece, and I think I'm greatly okay with that.
But that's the thing, and there doesn't need to be, because that was one of the unfortunate things about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, is because they tried to introduce this back into it, and it was just like, why? Like it wasn't a terrible thing, but it was just like, I'm here to see Indiana Jones like save the world again. And it's a neat, it's a nice gesture, but in this one it just seems like, well, now he's doing the family thing.
Give
me back my family.
Well, that's another thing as well. I want to know, we're obviously getting older Harrison Ford and younger Harrison Ford. It was all over trail, up, down, different scene. Is it going to be like flashbacky old, and that's what he de-aged, or is the Doll of Destiny going to come in play in the movie?
I think we're going to see
and
both.
young Indiana's running around in current day in the movie. Like, what are we looking at here?
I think in this the flashback scenes that we saw where he was on the train in the SS uniform. I'm trying to avoid using the NAZI word now. And when he's introduced to the younger form of Mads Mikkelsen, I think that's a flashback. But I have a sneaking suspicion that the Dial of Destiny is going to come into play, and we're going to see a present day younger Indy, or he's actually going to go back in time, and I'd be like, hey, you got to do this.
And so
we're going to see like.
You're not supposed to go back and talk to yourself.
That's
the number
thing.
one rule of time travel.
But maybe this is the end of Indiana Jones. Maybe he has to go back and like relive everything.
But here's the
again.
other thing, and if anyone's ever played the game Singularity, deep cut there, I think it came out on PS2, maybe PS3. Who's to say that there's time travel involved at all? Maybe the Dial of Destiny can just reverse time on something. So if I was to use it on you or myself, we would just de-age. Go back in time, like our bodies would go back in time. This house would go back to the studs, you know what I'm saying? So there could be something to do. Maybe they find a cavern that's decrepit or something, and you reverse it and it goes...
Oh, now it's lush again.
So yeah, exactly.
So now we get some Legend of Zelda stuff going on.
Listen, it's all theories at this point, ladies and gentlemen. But I know you're excited to see it, and I imagine this trailer just hyped you up just as much.
It's again, and I mean, like, I'm still young. Like, I'm in my 30s, but like, I grew up with... Shut up. So were you. I grew up like on Indiana Jones and Star Wars and stuff like that. So when we actually get information about like, okay, we're going to do this. Now, obviously, I know we're getting, this is a segue, I know we're getting new Star Wars stuff, but it's with new people. With Indiana Jones, it's the same thing as Top Gun Maverick. We get...
It live and dies with Harrison Ford.
Right. And so,
really and truly, as you say.
Yeah. So with that, it's just nice to see, and like Harrison Ford, love you, buddy, but he's getting up there. So I've heard, and I hope it's true, that this is the last time we see Indiana Jones, or at least this form of it. Maybe that'll be past the mantle. I know there was a rumor years ago that Chris Pratt or Shia LaBeouf was going to be the new one, and I was like,
and look where that got us. But the only other thing as well is our good old buddy Harrison Ford is going to be transferring over to the MCU as well.
Well, he's not transferring. He's just segueing. He's just going through the side door.
Fair.
Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, so I mean, we're not losing our old buddy Harry, but we might lose Indiana Jones.
Harry.
And you know what? It would be one of those things that it's okay to put such a beloved character to rest. So, right? Guys, thank you so much for joining us for another trailer reaction for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and make sure you dial into our YouTube channel. Oh, see what I did there?
Dudes get jokes.
If you enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You can find us right here. And with that, I am the real Jussy.
I am Peter Parkour, and like we always say around here, keep it real.